Alright everyone, welcome back for another video on my channel. Today, one more video on the Beastmaster class because I progressed a bit on the class. I have a bit more damage than before. I have a better build to beat other DPS classes. Let's me cover that in this video, alright? So, first of all, the things that changed on my account. I got a bit more stats with the affixes on the souls. First of all, here I already had this one in the past, a pal crit damage plus a 40%, but now I have a 12%. This is a tiny percentage, but it is helping a lot. I had this one recently as well, plus 24% pal crit damage over there, and I have this one, I already had this one in the past, plus a 24%. So I still have some improvements to get over here on the souls. Then on the ancients, this is becoming interesting because now I got that rune finally plus 150%. And so I am working on another one now. I'm just going to show that to you. And I equipped this one, by the way. That was a random one, but I had some power crit damage as well. So now I got a better percentage than before. 531%. I think that the maximum is around 900%, something like that. So I am still far away from that, but I am improving. And right now, I am working on that rune at the top here. I wasn't really lucky. I think that it is harder to proc into the stats you want when you have only 3 stats on the rune. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. But generally, it tends to proc in an extra substat. So I really do feel like I have less chance to obtain what I'm looking for on that type of rune. But this is the only one I have for that slot, so I'm still trying, you know? But I need a crazy amount of luck, and this is not what I am getting at the moment. So once the build is going to be over, look at what I'm going to have. First of all, 162% on this one, 150% on this one. Here I got 102%. So I can improve this one, but this will be the last one I will try. Here I got a 22% to start with, which is pretty nice. I think that the max you can have to begin with is 30%. And one more time, you have only 3 substats, so it's going to be a nightmare, I suppose, to upgrade this one. And on this one, I got a 28.63%. And one more time, 3 substats only, so probably it's going to take ages. But when this will be over, it should be very, very optimal for my build. Alright? My avian, I changed multiple things, I'm trying things, and oh my goodness, if developers can listen to me, can hear that what I'm gonna say, please do something on the avian breeding system. This is the most annoying thing in the game, in fact. I don't know what you think about that, but this is so bad designed. I have been trying for more than 3 months now, almost, to have my avian for the Beastmaster class, and this is what I have at the moment. Look at all the things I have. This is insane. Look at all the puppets, the puppy gays I have, and I got these ones as well. Where are they? Are they all called the yogurts? Yeah, I got a lot as well, but I just can't manage to get one, at least one, with 4 usable affixes, and this is terrible. So the best ones I have are, first of all, the one I have equipped over there. I have had this one for ages now, alright? And I got altruism, self-sacrifice, both increasing my pal crit damage by an extra 270%. This is the best source of damage for the PAL class. I tried many things, and this is increasing most your damage than the blue affix called Enhance Go, increasing your PAL damage. This is so bad. The PAL damage here is so bad. Barrel dodge, and I'm lacking no speeding. On this one, I would need to have the no speeding and the 3rd purple affix instead of barrel dodge, and that would be perfect, alright? I got another one that generally I am trying as well. Not this one, that was an old one. No speeding, no, I don't even remember the one. No speeding, altruism, barrel dodge. This is another nice one, but I can't use that because this is not efficient at all. Let me check. I have some. I'm trying to breed this one to give Divine Touch and stuff like that, but it's taking ages to have what I need. This one was interesting, Divine Touch, to be tanky players. It deals some damage based on the target's current HP. You have the altruism on it, and you have the rise and fall, so increasing your damage sometimes or decreasing your damage, but you have more chance to increase your damage multiplier. So I'm still trying to breed everything I can, but I just can't be lucky on that. It is getting annoying. 3 months and I still don't have what I need. Oh my god, please change that system if you are listening to that video. Oh, come on, this is the most annoying thing in the game. Whatever. I got way more stats now thanks to the divining path as well, because here I got 8.8% pal combo, which is very nice. The combo on pals is getting very crazy in battle. I think that the ignore combo you can have on the talent tree can ignore the pal combo as well. So the more the combo you have, the better, in my opinion. So even if you have more than 100%, I still feel like it is great to have that, alright? So I got some more pal combo here and some block. 2 purples, pretty nice. And I got some ignore block, 1000 here. So basically, if I show you all my stats now, this morning, by the way, I just got another upgrade on my magic furnace here, giving to me some more other stats. I don't know if I can check that over here. It doesn't seem like I can. I'm close to have 4% more final damage boost, by the way. So if I show you these stats over there, look at everything I have. Close to 1000 pierce, 1261 ignore pierce. I got almost 1000 block. Ignore block 1648. Pal inspire 3755, which is very, very high. But one pal that I equipped on my character is giving to me 1500. So this is the reason why my pal inspire is so high over there. Ignore pal inspire, okay, very low. Pal resistance, very low. Ignore pal resistance, that is not that high neither. So damage resistance 20%, and these are my main stats. A bit less than 1200 billion HP, 14,000 million attack, and 4,400 million defense, which is very high. Pal damage resistance 48%. This is not very high. My resistances on that build are not very high. Combo damage res 76%. But the Plume Monarchs are not the biggest threat, because basically you can disarm them, right? And if you do that, your pals cannot be controlled by the disarm and stuff like that, so they are gonna start attacking before the opponent. So basically you don't need to have a crazy amount of combo damage resistance to beat Plume Monarchs in PvP with that class. Better take some counter damage resistance, or at least some pal damage resistance, so you can beat other classes easier. This is what I think. Skill damage resistance 42%, and you will see that in a moment. I can beat pal classes and mages easier than with my Warbringer with that class. This is pretty funny. So this is my pal damage, by the way, 3635. The best thing to increase your pal damage is coming from the scrolls, because you are getting basically the same amount of pal damage here than the amount of pal crit damage you could have on that seal. This is the reason why I decided to go mostly for the pal damage over there. And I almost balance my pal damage and my attack, and then I put the rest into the pal crit damage, some HP and defense. This is ridiculous, the amount, but still. The scrolls remaining on my account, I spend them over there, so yeah, that's it. That's it. For the souls, this is what I have at the moment. So the best one is the crit resistance one. So you can resist more damage in PvP versus other DPS classes, and you can have a lot more pal crit damage. You have the attack soul, very important. You have this one to have some more pal damage as well. And then your defenses, so HP defense, right? This is everything you need over there. For the skills, this is what I have. Someone told me to replace that skill over there, Ancestral Wheel, by the Wild Gust, and he was right. I got more damage after doing that. But this one, by the way, increasing your combo multiplier, is more efficient than this one increasing your crit rate and crit damage, alright? So you don't care about using the Ancestral Wheel. This one is doing the job. So this is the combination, the most optimal one you can use with that class, alright? For the pals, this is the most efficient combination I found. So if you have this one, 1500 pal inspire, very interesting. Then you got this one, reduce all enemies pal damage resistance by 8%, and you have the snails, the highest DPS pals you have in the game. Almost the same attack speed than the others, just to be lower, but the damage multiplier is so high over there. And these are my stats, by the way, on every single pal. 85% crit rate, 95% combo, and look at the crit damage, 7,245. I think that the max I could reach if I had all the 3 purple affixes on my avian, plus the Ancient's Optimal, I think I would reach 8,500, something like that. So you will see the efficiency of that build already in PvP right after that, and we will compare. All right. One more thing. These are the cards that I am using. So I got more attack, more defense in battle. I increased the pal's crit rate until the battle ends, and their pal attack speed. All right. Then, right before going anything else, anywhere else, I'm just gonna upgrade that. I'm showing you my talent tree, so you can replicate that at home if you want. You want to go at the left on the tame beast tree. You want to take that node. You want to take everything to increase your pal crit damage, your pal damage, your pal attack speed, and your pal damage here on the right as well. If you are targeting tanky players, you want to take the wand here, and on the sorcery tree, you want to take that. You want to take that for the padding or evasion, even though when you're using the class skill, you ignore all evasion of the target during 10 seconds. And then you want to take some resistances at the top. On the sorcery, take the node on the left so you have more attack. Then you want to take the wand, as I told you. You want to go on the right then to increase your crit resistance and take the skill energy regen speed. Very important. And you want to take this one. You're recovering your skills when you are almost dead, and so you can cast maybe one more time the Blitz Assault. So you are staying longer alive in battle. Resistance is at the top. Same on the archery. Same on the on the fury tree. All right. One more thing, and I think that it's gonna be all right. The prayer statue. This is what I have currently, and as you can see on the coefficients on the right, I'm lacking a lot of stats, but I'm working on another set. 98%, 98%, 99%. I'm going to try to reroll that very soon. And next week, I think we are going to have the prayer statue event. So I will try my luck. Finger crossed. I hope that I will have a crazy amount of luck. But so I just showed you that I can improve everything on my build right now. So I'm going to show you the efficiency right now in PvP right after the release. These are the ones that I am using currently. All right? Is it okay? Let's get in PvP and let's see how it works. Versus DPS classes that time. On my previous video, I showed you against mats, against tanky sacred hunters, and now it's time to see how it works against other classes. Beastmasters, Warbringers, mages, alright? So let's first start again against Rin. You know that I'm struggling to beat Rin with my Warbringer class today. I haven't tried before doing the video though, so I don't know how it is gonna work, alright? But right before getting into the battle, I need to show you the combination of items I'm using. Of course, as every single DPS class, if you have the cheetah mount, if you have the chrono mount, these are the best mounts to use. If you don't have the cheetah mount, try to replace it by the Cinder Wolf if you have the Cinder Wolf, or if you're almost free to play, try to use the Crescent mounts. These are the best mounts to use when you are a DPS facing another DPS class, alright? If you don't have the chrono artifacts, the best one to use right after this one for the pal class is this one, the sword that we had on the previous events. Otherwise, use the staff here or the staff of Hermes. It's gonna work pretty well. Or the candelabrum artifact. If you have it, same comment, it's gonna work pretty well. All right. Then the others are a bit below, so use whatever what you have. All right. And for DPS fights, you want to use my beloved Alien Dimension back accessory. You got some more energy regen and pal attack speed directly at the beginning. It's gonna decay over time, but you are getting a lot of damage block as well. 30% final damage at the beginning. This is saving your ass, all right? So if you don't have that, use the tiger back. It's gonna help a lot, or use whatever back accessory you have, all right? Let's get in battle and let's see how it performs against the different types of DPS classes. First time I'm trying that build against the mats, and there is something missing on me, by the way, on the avian. Yeah, look at that, he's destroying me. Warbringers, for now, are destroying me, and unfortunately, I don't have the right things on my avian to handle these type of fights. I don't have the nose speeding. If I had nose speeding, it would change a lot of things on that kind of fight. So I'm losing that. You know what? I'm just gonna show you another fight against... Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna switch my avian. I'm gonna replace this one. I'm gonna use the nose speeding, so maybe we'll see the difference, alright? I didn't want to do that because generally I'm saving the blue things here to purchase the green potions. and then the skills, but whatever. I'm lacking potions, so this is unfortunate. I need to use that. So let's get here. Let's reset that avian potion. Let's go. And let's try to find another one with the no speeding altruism and stuff like that, all right? This is another one. This is the one. No speeding altruism. If I had at least one more instead of barrel dodge. Barrel dodge can be useful over there. A divine touch altruism. No speeding. No, thank you. No speeding rage bonus. No, I won't find any. I told you that my luck is almost non-existent on that. I got a divine touch and no speeding on this one and barrel dodge, so it can be a very nice one, but I'm lacking other things. Divine touch, altruism, divine touch, altruism. Yeah, no. All right, so this is the only one I can use over there. All right, so let's deploy this one, upgrade it to the max. And the no speeding should help me a lot, but you will see the crit damage, the pal crit damage I am losing because now I have one less purple. I will show that to you right before the next fight. Alright, level 136, now I'll have only one purple, and let's see the difference in battle. So if I go to challenge, I'm gonna try to find Rin again, if I can. Come on Rin, show yourself. He's the top 6. I should be able to find him. Come on. Alright. Here he is. So if I go to compare right before the fight, look at that. I lost 700% crit damage. This is so freaking high. Insane. With one less purple. This is insane. I told you this is the best thing to have. The purple affixes on the avian. So let's see if it does make a difference. I will have less damage, but I will start dealing damage earlier in battle. Let's see that. Start of the battle. Yeah, it makes almost no difference. Alright. It was just a little bit better than before. Alright, so no speeding is better than having only pure damage on the character, but I still lost the fight. I need to improve that, but I think that if I remember, he has a lot of defenses against the PAL classes. Let me check. First of all, ignore combo, 27%. Then the PAL damage resistance, 65%. Yeah, 65%. And PAL, ignore PAL inspire, 1000. PAL damage res, alright. He has some defenses, okay? So let's try another battle. Gonna reset that. One more time. You have another Beastmaster here. Let's check the difference between the two of us. We have, okay, way more HP on his side. Almost the same attack. I'm gonna struggle to beat him though, I'm pretty sure. Crit resistance, I have a little more. What about the rest? What about the rest? Ignore combo, 3%. Okay, we have almost the same over there. PAL damage. I got a bit more PAL damage, 700% more. PAL damage resistance, I got some he has known. And for the rest, PAL Inspire, he has 1000 more. And he has a bit more Ignore PAL Inspire. Ignore PAL Resistance, okay. Alright, and more PAL Resistance, so yeah. He should be more efficient than me. And if we compare that, the PAL attributes, 8500, I told you. I could reach that if I had the right things. He's gonna destroy me. Normally, he should destroy me. So let's see what is happening. He has a bit more power, by the way. And way more HP. But I'm here to try things. So there we go. I'm taking way more damage. Well, very interesting, very interesting. I'm a beginner on the Beastmaster class. But if I try against Angel, you remember about her? With my Warbringer, I couldn't deal a shit because she was killing me so fast and I didn't have a lot of damage. So let's check the resistances before. 2800 crit resistance, alright. Ignore combo, 42%. Let me check the rest. PAL damage, resistance, 51%. Ignore PAL inspire, 800, alright. PAL damage res, 480. Alright, this is a bit shy to resist PAL classes. Let's see how it works. Let's see how it works. So I took some pre-blitz damage, alright? And now look at that. I got way more damage than with my Warbringer class. So I already proc the Chrono artifact on her, and she's dead. So it is working better against a few classes in the game. But at the moment, I don't have... My build is not optimal enough to beat other classes, alright? Let's check versus another Beastmaster. He has just a little bit less power than me. He has 100 billion more HP. We have almost the same attack. I got a bit more defense. We got the same crit resistance, same ignore combo. For the rest, pile damage, I got a bit more, way more. 900% more. Pile damage resistance, we have the same. Pile Inspire, we have the same. Ignore Pile Inspire, almost the same. Pile damage res, almost the same coefficients over there. Alright, but I have 10% more damage resistance over here. And if I compare the power attributes, by the way, he has way more crit damage than me, but way less crit rate and way less combo. This is very shy. You need to try to have more than that, bro. So let's try that fight, and let's see how it works. Another Beastmaster, but a time with almost the same stats as mine. This is not the same efficiency as before now. So I was able to win that. But there is one more time, another one over there. And I suppose that this one is going to be better one more time. Pile resistance, ignore, pile inspire. Pile inspire, I have a bit more. Alright, so pile damage, I got more. Pile damage res, I got a bit more. Crit resistance, I got more. Which is very, very weird. He has 1000% more crit damage, so let's see how it works. I need to try against the Sonics, by the way. That's a very, very strong mage. That's a tanky build, by the way, so... I suppose that I will struggle. Oh, he started attacking me way earlier? That's so weird. He won because of that. Or because he's using the yogurt and maybe he was able to get it above the level 140. So the nose speeding has one more upgrade than mine. Very interesting to see that. Alright, now it is time to try the big boys. But for that, I need to change a few things on my build. I need to go there. I need to use the Cinderwolf. I need to go there and use that instead. And I never tried with that back accessory against mats. I'm not sure if it is efficient or not. The first time I'm gonna try that. Let's see what it does. That's a tanky player. And he increased his stats since the previous video. He has crazy resistances against the PAL classes. Like 80% PAL resistance and some PAL ignore inspire and PAL resistance at the dividing path. Look at that. I can't do any damage at all. But now I will have my burst normally. Wow, what a burst. What a burst. All right, half HP. And that is all. Then I'm dying in one shot. Yeah, this is the best I could do right now. But if I show you the stats one more time, you will see the reason. Are you ready to see that? Yeah, first of all, the crazy HP and defense, but this is not what I wanted to talk about. Crit resistance close to 4000, which is insane. But look at the rest. 45% ignore combo, alright. And you got the power damage res 80%, close to 80%. That's so high. Block 4300. This is insane, bro. This is insane. Power resistance 2400. Seems like he hates PAL classes. This is insane. And where is the PAL ignore? Ignore PAL inspire 1100. So this is the reason why I'm struggling to beat him at the moment. That's an insane build. He is the perfect counter to PAL classes right now with the stats he has. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So I wanted to try one more fight. Refresh. No, it's taking forever when you click on refresh. Okay, I wanted to try against the Sonics here. Let me check the stats. Think that this is a tanky player. Yes, 2200 HP. This is insane. A crazy amount of attack, by the way. Oh, he's gonna destroy me. 2700 over there. And what about the rest? Pile damage res 53%. All right. I thought he had more than that. Ignore Pal Inspire 800. This is pretty shy. Pal Resistance. Oh, all right. I was expecting more resistances than that. So let's see how it works. I'm going to try it 2 times against that player. First of all, with the build I tried on Mats, and then with the build, we just I'm going to change a few items, use the Chrono Artifact and the other cheetah mount. Okay, I have some damage for now, but he's increasing his damage over time, and look at how fast I'm going to die now. Alright, so I proc the Cinderwolf, Chrono Artifact on him, I got the Blitz Assault, come on, just a bit more damage before the end. You can do that, you can do that, you can do that! No, I died. I died, but to be honest, it was pretty close. I'm pretty happy about this one. So let's change the items and retry just to see the difference, alright? And I'm gonna end the video on that, guys. The cheetah mount, it was over there. And the Chrono Artifact. Let's go in battle with that. Sodix, there we go. He's already here. One more coupon. Let's go. Let's see if it does make a huge difference or not. Pretty nice damage to start with. But no damage anymore. All right. And now he's going to have his burst over me. Yeah, insane. Look at that. Chrono Artifact on me already. I haven't procced his Chrono Artifact yet, and I'm gonna proc the cheetah mount, so it is worse, in fact. Yeah, this build is not working well against the tanky player. Oh! Wait, he was almost dead. It procced the Chrono Artifact, and he was almost he was close to die. That is interesting. Very nice. Very, very nice. So, I have so many things to improve on that class. It can be only better over time, but for now, it's performing pretty interestingly well in PvP. Let me know your thoughts about that in the comment below. Have a really nice day, guys, and see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.